What we do here is go back.
I've played on a lot of builds in NBA 2K20, a lot of well-rounded, can do it all, kind of glitchy demigod builds. But when I came across a build called a well-rounded 5, I didn't really know what to expect. I like to show you guys unique builds, but they have to be good. I don't like showing unique builds that are trash. I want a unique build that's just underrated and just can flat out become a demigod in the right hands. Well, I got my hands on this well-rounded 5, and let me tell you, I was not disappointed. I'm on a center build that can ISO, break ankles, dunk all over people, and shoot limitless threes. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video, and we got a special one today, a build that I had never even heard of. I wasn't even sure if it was video worthy until I hopped on it and it blew my mind. Now listen, I want you to comment on the video right now. What is your favorite build in NBA 2K20? I'm sure you guys have multiple builds. You've seen all the videos that I've put out. If you haven't, you should go watch them right now. So when my boy Freddie hit me up, shout out to Freddie for letting me use his account, but when he hit me up and he told me about the build, I had never even heard of a well-rounded 5. He started explaining to me how the build was, and I started to think, well, it's kind of going to play like that playmaking glass cleaner. I can't really use it for a video. It's going to be the same thing, but I was wrong. It's a very different type of build, although it is a 6'8 center build. Now, a well-rounded 5 with shot-creating takeover, shot-creating take on a center. You see the balance of the attributes, right? Good ball handling, good in the post, good shooting, good driving, not contact dunks like the playmaking glass cleaner, but good driving, solid interior defense, solid block, solid rebounding. So it's a really well-rounded build attribute-wise, which makes sense because of the name being a well-rounded 5, but for a center to have shot-creating takeover and this balanced of attributes, very, very unique. You guys got to check this out. So the last thing I want to show you is the badges, and this was very concerning to me. Look, you don't get a lot of badges, only 6 finishing, along with, not having contact dunks. I didn't know how it would be inside. Only 10 shooting badges doesn't feel like a lot. I mean, even my LeBron build gets more than that. It just feels like it doesn't have a lot of badges. 12 playmaking badges. The attributes were really well balanced, but sometimes when you balance the attributes, you end up with badges like this, and you don't get a lot of them. So at first I was like, you know what, I'll give it a try, but I'm probably not going to make a video from it because the gameplay is not going to really be worthy, because the badges just aren't that good in terms of the total amount of them. Well, you see what I put on, and some of the gameplay I was able to get was really, really surprising. So the first gameplay I'm going to show you, I'm not going to make any edits. I'm going to let the whole gameplay run through. It's only about a 3-minute game. Then after that, I'll show highlights from about 2 or 3 more games so you guys could get to see more clips on this build. But I want to show you a full gameplay so you don't think I'm editing out how consistent the build is in terms of shooting and just getting open and creating space for himself. So those of you that have been watching me for a while, you guys know when I create a build, one of the things I really look at is trying to get as many badges as possible because those badge upgrades really determine how effective your player is going to be. So, I mean, you look at my main build, my LeBron build, I get over 60 badge upgrades. So for this build to not get many, only 6 finishing and 9 defending and only 10 shooting, 12 playmaking, it's not really that many total badge upgrades. So I wasn't sure how the build was going to perform. I miss a shot there, but look then we really start to just find a rhythm. And I could not believe how consistent this build was shooting. I mean, you saw some of the clips in the intro that I made. I'm shooting hop jumpers, I'm shooting limitless step backs, and I just want you to see how consistent it is. People would just play back because they're like, oh, he's a center, like, he's not going to be shooting like that. They would just play back, and I would just be raining threes on them. This build does get reverse dunks, so that really helps when you drive baseline. Those reverse dunks and layups are so glitchy this year, really, really hard to defend. Now, this well-rounded 5 build plays similar to the playmaking glass up until the point of getting takeover. Now, I think this build shoots a little bit better than the playmaking glass cleaner that I showed you guys. I think the 3-pointer on this build is a little bit higher, maybe like 2 or 3 attribute points higher, which would obviously help with the shooting. But once it gets takeover and it has that shot creating takeover, you can speed boost, but obviously it plays different than, the playmaking glass that I was on had playmaking takeover. Once you get the shot creating takeover, you're going to see you start hitting them with hop steps and hop jumpers. They are going to be getting broke left, right, and center. I mean, check, this was the clip from the intro. Check this out. Break him, come back this way, do another hop step, break him again. Like, especially because I've already hit in multiple three-pointers, so he feels like he has to step up and guard me. And then you just hit him with a hop jumper. You're going to break him almost every single time. Remember, I only have silver space creator on. If you have Hall of Fame space creator on, combined with the shot creator takeover, I mean, I'm breaking them almost every single time right now. So imagine if you had Hall of Fame. Now, obviously you don't get a lot of badge upgrades, so you got to be careful where you put them. But I think Freddy made this build because he's going to grind to Legend. He's already in Elite 1. If he hits Legend and gets those 10 extra badge upgrades in each category, he's going to be looking real glitchy on this build. I'm going to leave the link to his YouTube down in the description, by the way, if you want to see more on this well-rounded 5 build. You see you get the park dunks, obviously, so you hit a couple threes, they have to play up. Then you can break them with hop steps, because you can do hop steps whether you're in takeover or not. And you break them, you can just shoot the three, you can shoot the hop step, you can run to the basket. You can literally, like, he is a very difficult person to cover. Now, if you're worried about the defense, I don't show too many defensive clips in here, but obviously we did have to play defense in terms of, you know, us trying to get these gameplays, and guarding inside was no problem. And the fact that you have about an 80, I think it was an 83 speed, you can keep up with most guards for the most part. You get 9 defensive badges, so you know it's not too bad, especially if you're used to playing with a low number of defensive badges like I am. It felt perfectly fine. But for those of you looking for a defensive build, this isn't what you want to go with. This is for a super unique center build that is offensively just can do it all. It can handle the ball, it can pass the ball really well, it can post up, it can shoot the ball from deep, and it's good attacking the basket, you know, with the hop steps. Don't get contact dunks, but he does dunk the ball consistently. You saw in that first gameplay, reverse dunks, park dunks. It does all those things really well. Like I said, not contact dunks, but I mean, you see the ability to handle the ball. Remember, this is a center, okay? Yes, it's a short center, but so is the playmaking glass. And that playmaking glass guarded center is no problem at all. This build can guard the big man, no problem at all. And it's just, I mean, like I said, once you get that shot creator takeover, you're catching ankles on hop steps all day long. And if they don't play up, you can just shoot the three, no problem. Look at, he wants to sit paint. Go ahead, it's green. Literally, I was greening so consistent with this build. I don't know what it was. I guess, you know, I think it was a mid-70s three-pointer. It's with 10 shooting badges. That's all you need, man. It's not rocket science when it comes to the shooting this year. Once you figure, we always figure it out. It takes us about a month, and we figure out what's the jump shots to use, what builds can really shoot, what badges you need to have on, and then it's like all of a sudden it goes from nobody can shoot to every single build can shoot. So once you add on the fact that this build can break ankles consistently and take over, to me it was super unique, and I felt like I had to bring a video because I had never even heard of a well-rounded 5. Maybe I'm dumb. Maybe you guys have. I never even heard of a well-rounded 5. I was like, well-rounded 5? Like, what are you even talking about? I had to look at it, and like I said, I thought it was going to be just like the playmaking glass, but it was a little different, and that's the reason I brought you guys the video. I was ISOing the whole time on this build. Now, if you want me to compare it to all the builds I've played on this year, I wouldn't say it's the best build, but it's one of the most unique builds. Now, I don't mean it's not the best as in it's trash. Like, I mean, you see what we're doing on it. You can absolutely win consistently on this. I mean, Freddy does it every day. This is his main build, and he has no problem winning on it pretty consistently. My point is, if you're a new player and you make this build, there's a good chance you're going to struggle with it and you're not going to enjoy it. But if you know what you're doing on the game, this build is super unique. I mean, for a center to be able to guard the paint, have shot creating takeover, shoot consistent threes, and handle the ball, and be able to ISO defenders. Now, to be able to ISO defenders on this build, reminder, you can't speed boost until you get takeover, so you have to be able to dribble without speed boosting. Some people have to be able to speed boost to dribble. They have to be able to do that behind the back that everyone abuses, and if they can't do that, then they really struggle. So make sure if you decide you want to try to make this build, or even the playmaking glass cleaner build, you have to be able to ISO, or at least create a shot without speed boosting, okay? Because you can only speed boost on this build and the playmaking glass when you get takeover. But overall, a super unique build, well-rounded 5 that I had never even heard of, and I actually had a lot of fun on it, man. So shout out to Freddy for letting me use it. Let me know what you guys think. What's your favorite build in NBA 2K20? Drop a like, subscribe if you guys are new. I'll see y'all in the next video. I'm out. Peace.